for me at the bottom line. I lie afraid. Are we in the same place? Falling. I'll be the wake-up call. I'll be the siren. It's nothing personal, but don't try to fight it. I'm left behind, obeyed the lies, but always a goal. You're for me at the bottom line. I lie afraid. Are we in the same place? Falling. I'll be the wake-up call. I'll be the siren. It's nothing personal, but don't try to fight it. I should have known, I would have known. I didn't know the answers. Bring it down, fade it out. I'm calling on a broken telephone. I should have known, I would have known. I didn't know the answers. Bring it down, fade it out. I'm calling on a broken telephone.
Hi friends, good morning, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I swear this week has just been, it's officially been a hell in a handbasket kind of week for me this week. I feel like everything I touch just completely goes wrong. So anyways, there's been so many examples all week. Maybe I'll try and get to some of them today, but I think Streamlabs is working now. It was not working for me this morning, and then it did work, and then it didn't work, and then it did, and so hopefully you guys are earning your thimbles today. I really hope so, because I am just not sure how else to fix it. So, I mean, it seems like it's working okay. Maybe it just doesn't like me. I mean, it's a distinct possibility. I don't know. But it seems like it's working okay for right now. So I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to leave it alone. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing very well today. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. And I hope you all have recovered from yesterday's water hangovers. We had such a fun time yesterday. Thank you again to Mom and Cheryl for joining me. We put our Clue 1s together. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time, and they had some pretty fun surprises for me, which was a lot of fun. So if you didn't get a chance to, make sure you go check out the replay. I'm going to spend this afternoon trying to figure out how to grab some of those clips and post them up as reels on our Facebook and our Instagram page, because they were just so funny. I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to see them. So lots of fun there, so I'll be busy. Today we're going to be working on our Home Sweet Home project, which for those of you who are just joining us, this was a Fat Quarter Shop Liberty box from a couple of years ago. The pattern is actually called Home Sweet Home, and it's these cute little houses. They're just so adorable. I absolutely love it. So we've been working on that for a little while now. Right now we are, unfortunately the steps aren't numbered, but we are making some hourglasses today. So I spent this morning ironing them up so that we can go ahead and get them put back together. We're going to be putting 2 of the pieces together. We're going to do a lot of sewing today and maybe some trimming. We'll have to wait and see how things go. I have the hiccups again. I always have the hiccups, I swear. Dawn says hug the bot, Danny. I'm telling you, I think it just doesn't like me. Well, you know what it is? Lucas is out of town. Lucas is visiting with my daughter, his sweetheart, for the Valentine's Day. So he is down in Southern Illinois right now, and so I think that's the problem. Is just that he's not like here to help, and so I'm left on my own, and that's why everything's just going to hell in a handbasket. But it is what it is. So anyway, I wanted to thank everybody for joining us yesterday, and thank you again for joining us today. And we are going to drop in here and get started. First thing I want to do is I want to hop into chat and say hello to everybody there. I noticed Brat46 was, again, the first person in chat, but she said this time she was only 30 minutes early instead of 45 like last time. But we appreciate you being here, Brat. Thank you so much. I heard you're having some computer issues. I hope you're able to get those worked out and stay with us for the rest of the afternoon, or the rest of the morning here. Nancy, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Nancy's reminding everybody to give a thumbs up. I forgot to remind anybody to do that yesterday. So if you didn't give that video a thumbs up last night, please make sure to go over there and just click that like button really quickly. And don't forget to click the like button here on this video as well. So thanks for that reminder, Nancy. I appreciate that. Lorraine, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for being here today. Hi, Katie. It's so good to see you. Let's see, I'm scrolling through. I was poking Lorraine. Terry, hi, Terry. Good morning. Thanks so much. Everybody, Lucas is in the house. He says Streamlabs is still hungover. I mean, it is a distinct possibility. Something is going wrong this morning. That is for sure. Brett says after last night, I can believe it. Yeah, for sure. Hi, Judy. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you had a great time with your hubby yesterday. Judy wasn't able to join us yesterday because she was having her Valentine's Day dinner with her hubby. But she did join in later on in the afternoon from the bar to let us know that everything went well. So that's good. I'm glad you're here this morning. Thanks for that. Hi, Teresa. Good morning. It's so great to see you again. Welcome back. Dawn, good morning. Hi, Dawn. Dawn sent me a message this morning. She says, oh, no, I forgot about it. I'm like, that's okay. You can catch the replay. And, girl, you got to watch that one because it was funny. It was really, really funny, especially that beginning section. It was like I had no idea what was happening. It was just so much fun. Oh no, not fell in a handbasket. Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. It's been bad. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Good to see you again. All right. Well, I think that's everybody in chat. I think I've gotten through everybody. Looks like Streamlabs is starting to catch up. So good. I'm glad that they're finally decided to wake up. I think Lucas is right. I think they're just hungover. They're a little slow this morning. We'll get them caught up. Hi, Jean. Good morning. She says, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jean. Jean, I don't think I've ever seen your name in chat before. So good morning. But she says last night was a hoot. Well, I'm glad you're here. Hi, Shirley. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see all you here. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, yesterday was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and it always is. It was when my mom and Cheryl joined. They're just a bunch of silly ladies, but we have a great time. Dawn says the part that I watched so far is hilarious. Yeah, it's the whole thing. The whole thing was just a lot of fun. So anyway, if you are working with us on your PMQ and you're hopefully you've finished your clue 1 along with us. If not, you can obviously go back and watch the replay for that. The next one that we do will be on March 16th. I think that's what we figured out. March 16th will be the next one, and we'll be doing clue 2. So I'm really excited for that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I've got all of my triangles. You guys probably, oh yeah, you can see them. I've got all my triangles laid out. I was ironing them open this morning. I ironed them all towards the dark fabric. So then that way when we flip them over to make the hourglass, the seams will nest up really nice. The key with this is we need to make sure that we have the same fabrics on both. So I need to make sure I have the blue, the two of the same fabrics when I'm sewing these up together. So I'm going to have to pay a little bit of close attention. I've got white thread in my machine right now, and we're just going to be chain piecing all these up together. So how is everyone's weekend so far? Obviously, we know how Judy's weekend is. She had a fantastic evening with her hubby yesterday. That sounds like a lot of fun. How was everyone's holiday? Did you have any fun surprises from your sweethearts? Mr. Wizard made me dinner, which was really nice because it's very rare that he cooks. He doesn't usually cook. It's usually me that does the cooking, but he made me dinner, and then we had a little a nice dessert. So it was really, really nice. It's nice to have somebody else do that kind of stuff for you every once in a while. Terry says she did not finish her cap from last night. Hopefully today. Terry was working on the same hat that Mom and Cheryl were wearing. They call it the newsboy hat, I think she called it. Mom and Cheryl just called it the detective hat. But that's what Terry was working on. This one piece here. I see it kind of folded up, so I'm just going to tuck it back under. There we go. All right. Oops. Helps if you put them right back together the correct way. Teresa, honey, I'm with you. I understand. Mr. Wizard is not always the most observant either. I have to agree with you there. Teresa says, mine wouldn't know a surprise if it hit him in the eye. I feel you. I understand. Like I said, Mr. Wizard is not always the most observant. He's a simple man, really. But it was really nice of him to make dinner. Too funny. They're simple creatures. Oh, that's funny. Don says, I have the blahs today. Oh, yeah. You probably need to go sit with Mr. Sunshine and get some vitamin D. There you go. Yeah, it is chilly out here by me. I don't know what the weather is like by you guys, but it was chilly. Yesterday, I think the highest it got up to was like 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a little chilly, especially when it's been in the 40s for the last couple weeks, and then all of a sudden it kind of drops like that. That's never fun. It's normal for us around this time of the year, but it wasn't fun. We are all ready for spring, that is for sure. Kelly says, hubby's pretty good, but the son has the oblivious gene for sure. You know, like I said, they're special creatures. I think we all have our moments. Come on. I did not like that one at all. Kind of grumbled up. Oh, here we go. Some of these pieces are just not fitting together at all very well. My machine really does not like the seam today. It just seems to be eating it up. Going a little careful with those. We do need to trim all these blocks up to 3x3, so as we're sewing them up, then we're going to have to trim them. So we're going to try and get them all sewn up together first. She says she thinks the Y chromosome gets stuck in their ears sometimes. I think so. I think you're right, Kelly. I think you might be right. I think you might be right. Jean says it snowed there by her for a bit yesterday. Hit 26. Jean, where are you located? You don't have to give us an exact address. Just a major city or town next to you. You never want to give out your exact addresses on the internet. I am in northern Illinois. I'm in a southwest suburb of Chicago. We were talking about it yesterday. We're about 30 miles southwest of Chicago. Terry says, chilly here as well. 31. Would rather be here. Would rather it be... We're chilly here. I'm not sure. Terry, I feel like there might be a typo there somewhere. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, dear. Dawn says she's lurking. No problem, Dawn. We appreciate you being here. Dawn posted a new Instagram yesterday, or it was either yesterday or this morning I saw it. So if you haven't already, make sure you go check her out. She's got a bunch of fun stuff going on over there. She's definitely one of the experts in our group. You can do !Dawn in chat to get a link to her stuff. She's got a YouTube, and she also has a blog. Make sure you check that out. And thank you to everybody that was posting pictures of the projects they were working on over the last couple of days. I really on our Facebook group. I really appreciate that. You guys keep me motivated. Some of you are just so incredible. Well, I mean, all of you are really incredibly talented. I know Chloe posted a picture. Terry posted one a couple days ago. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome for sharing that stuff with us. Thank you, Terry, for throwing that link up there. Hi, Lucy. Good morning. I was just thinking about you. I was going through some stuff, and I saw your name pop up. I'm like, oh my goodness, I think it's been a while since I've seen her. So welcome back to the channel. So good to see you. Oh, chili. Oh, food chili. Okay. I kind of thought that's what you were trying to say. You were hoping that rather it not be chili outside, but to actually have food chili. Got it. So when we say chili, that you're hoping that's what we're referring to. I got you. See, I'm a little slow this morning. Things are moving a little slow this morning. one is like, there we go. My seams are all like facing toward the presser foot, so they keep kind of jumbling up under my feet. So I'm like trying to get them to lay flat here. I'm struggling today. Come on. Go. Yeah, it keeps getting jammed. Ugh. Jeez. Oh, Jean, you are so clever. That is really funny. Jean says, it looks like your phone is attached to a vacuum hose. Please do tell. Jean, this is my Zoom camera. So it actually moves. My phone is not connected. It's just a Zoom camera with a light on it. And I'm not even sure that I'm going to be using it today. But normally I have it like over here. And you guys can't see it because it's behind the box there. But I needed this table up closer, so I actually moved the Zoom camera here. So it's just my Zoom camera. But that was really clever the way you described it. That was really funny. Oh. Yes, so that's my Zoom camera. It's on an extendable arm, so it buttons, it moves up and down and around. And so that's so that I can move it out of the way, because I do have kind of a limited amount of space here. Normally, like I said, I have it tucked behind so you guys can't see it. But the last couple of days I've kind of needed it closer to me, so too funny. That's the Zoom camera. Vacuum hose. Sorry, that was really clever. Oh. Just the Zoom camera on a bendable arm, that's all. I'm actually probably going to upgrade the camera. The camera that's there right now is kind of an inexpensive one. I got it as a Christmas gift, and I had purposely asked for a very inexpensive one to just kind of test the theory to see if it would work before I spent money on a really nice one, a nice, more expensive one. And it does seem to be working out really well. So I will probably go ahead and spend the money to get a really nicer one. Now that I know it works. Too funny. Thinking it was there to collect her threads. Oh, you guys are funny. No, that's the floor. If you'd ask my mom or Cheryl about that, that's what the floor is for, is to collect the threads. Yeah, it's so the mount is actually made for sorry, hold on, let me focus on this real quick. It's a desktop mount. It's got a weighted base on it. And then this arm here is actually a pole that's just covered with this like vacuum hose looking stuff. But it's just a bendable arm, and so you can see it's kind of bouncy here. But the base is back there underneath my stand and stuff. And so right now I'm just kind of moving it around. Eventually I will have something that actually hangs above the ceiling and comes down, so you guys can't see it at all. But for right now, this was my temporary setup, just to kind of play with things and mess with things and figure out where I wanted it. I would actually like something to be a little bit closer to me, not quite so far away when I'm reaching. But we'll get there eventually. Jerry says, I may have to try the vacuum theory. Seems like it might be a little loud and obnoxious, but I guess if it was on some type of a foot pedal thing, that would probably work, okay? Like, just foot pedal it and suck it up there. You guys are so much fun. Oh, that would be clever. That's definitely an interesting invention, for sure. For her threads. Too funny. Oh, you guys are hysterical sometimes. Just hysterical. There we go. So yeah, this is going to be kind of boring here, guys, because I'm sewing all these triangles together, and I got to be real careful. I'm trying to be careful. My machine is already eating up these seams a little bit, so I'm trying to be gentle with it. Sometimes it runs through just fine, and then other times it wants to eat it up. So, I don't know. It's really weird. Jean says, my ceiling is 18 feet. That would be a long reach to hang from the overhead. Oh, yeah, wow. Would be super long. No, what I want to get is I actually want to get one of those pole mounts. If you guys have ever seen any streamers, and Becca has one in her sewing studio. It's basically a pole that clamps onto a table, and then you attach things to the pole, and you can extend out arms onto the pole. And so what I want to do is I want to get one of those, and then get an arm extension that comes right above the camera, so you guys can't see it, right above this camera, so you guys can't see it. I actually have something hanging from above here, but it's not strong enough to hold the camera. It just kind of does one of these and it slowly sinks. So that's eventually what I would like to do. I haven't really gotten to a point where I need to do that just yet. That's a future upgrade to the quilting studio. Oh my god, why does it keep doing that? It just keeps eating this. I wonder if I need I just changed the needle, so I really don't think I need a new needle, but alright. The other thing I'm trying to make sure of is that I'm using 2 of the same fabrics when I'm putting these together, because I need the hourglass to be the same fabrics on both sides. Yeah, Jean, I understand you. Right now, this room is a bedroom of one of my daughter's rooms. She's moved away to college. I have 2 twin daughters. This is the smaller of the 2 bedrooms, but she moved away first before my other daughter moved away. So I got this room I took this room over. But eventually I would like to actually move to the bigger room, and so I haven't done a lot of investing in equipment yet, because I know that I'm going to be changing out rooms, and so I don't want to spend too much money on equipment that I'm just going to end up having to switch out anyway. So I'm kind of doing things a little temporary for now. This cabinet that you guys see right here, this is my sewing cabinet. It's actually, I've shown it to you guys before. It completely folds up into itself, and it just looks like an armoire, if you will. These 2 aren't the same. So, I will always keep this cabinet, but I don't know that this will stay my main cabinet. I might, do something else. And they make, just for your own benefit, for your own knowledge, they do make floor weighted poles like that, like they make big weights for them that you put on the floor, and then you can put build the whole tree up from the floor as opposed to, you know, connecting it to a cabinet. They make those as well if that's something that might work better for you. You can also do it on a tripod. I have a couple of tripods set up around the room. They're little small ones. But that works as well. It's amazing what we do to make things better. Awesome. I wanted twins. Oh, you say that now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I loved having the girls. I mean, obviously at the time it was a lot of work, and it still is some days. but I wouldn't have had it any other way. Kelly says, my next upgrade will be a remote mic. A remote mic? What kind of remote mic? I bought, and I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right here. Excuse me. It's not wireless. It is actually hardwired in. It's a USB hardwired in. But it's one of those Logitech blue snowballs. That is an external mic. Wasn't very expensive. This one I think was only like $35 or $40. And it seems to be working out really, really well. I was worried that with it being an external mic and it being this close to the machine that you were going to be picking up a lot of background noise. And, you know, because it wasn't a super expensive mic either. I was worried about that also. But that all seems to be working out pretty well. I am really happy with it so far. When you say a remote mic, do you mean something like with a remote control that turns on and off? Or do you just mean like a lapel one that like connects to, you know, that is wireless? Yeah, well, you can buy extensions. Jean, she says, I've got a weighted pole now. I just need for my tablet with an overhead camera. You can actually get extensions for it. They make clamps, so you like it's this bracket. I don't think I have any, but it's actually a bracket that you just clamp onto your existing pole and you tighten up real tight, and then you can build onto it. So you can put another pole onto it and extend things out and add stuff to it. So yeah, so if you already have one that's pretty sturdy that can hold a decent amount of weight, you can just build onto that. You know, you can add a light to the top of it or another camera. You can put an extension pole on the top too. It just depends on how big the weight is on the bottom and how much, you know, weight it can hold. I am having a terrible time with these seams today, so I'm just going to try and help it along. I'm gonna pull this off for just a minute. I want to see if there's something under here. Maybe I need to clean this out. Something is not grabbing, and I don't really understand what it could be. So we're just gonna take a look here. Looks like everything is okay. Nope. Oh, here, I'll show you guys here. Let me show you my zoom camera. See, I can show you here. You can kind of see it right here. That lighting is awful. It just keeps folding over this one piece here. So I'm going to take that stitch out and fold it back and sew it up again. Not really sure why it keeps doing that, but it does. And it's done it on quite a few of them. The machine just, see, like this one here. That one there. down there. So it just keeps doing it, and I'm not sure what is happening. So I'm going to have to pull those couple of stitches apart. I'll do that after the stream ends later. But I'm going to have to try and figure out how to fix that. Does your needle need changing? I mean, I did just change the needle. I mean, it's a really new needle. But, I mean, I guess I could change it again just to be on the safe side. You know, it never hurts to have a brand new needle in there. So let me do that, see if that helps. Let me see if I can find my needles. We will try it, see if that helps. Maybe your feed dogs are hungover. It's a distinct possibility. That is a distinct possibility. Yeah, I'm not sure what's causing the issue right now. But we'll change out the needle just to be on the safe side. I'd much, you know, if it's not like a new needle's gonna hurt anything. So put that up there. Dang it. I've got a sharps container up here that I hold all of my used needles and rotary blades and all that stuff in it. So I'm just trying to put it back in here. Put it in there. There we go. Yeah, we'll change out the needle, see if that helps. But it's just like every other one is grabbing it, and it's like, what the heck? I mean, sometimes I have trouble with seams as it is, but I usually don't have this much trouble. It is a newer needle, but you never know. We'll try that. We'll see if that helps. When in doubt, change it out. Right. Probably flip that back. Nope, it's not the needle. There's something wrong with my machine, I think. Because I can feel it bunching right there. And I don't quite... yeah, see, it bunched again. I don't really understand why it keeps doing that. It's catching on something, and I just don't know what it is. I'm wondering if my feed dogs might be up too high. And I haven't messed with them, but I'm wondering if they might be up a little bit too high. Yeah, Jean, I was just thinking that myself. That's why I just turned it down a little bit. Let's see if that helps. Well, that one seemed to go through okay. Let's see if that fixed the problem. Let's see if that fixed the problem. What is everybody else working on right now? I know it's a Sunday, so... And I know that the Daytona 500 was postponed till tomorrow. Stinks, because I really wanted to watch it, but... That one went through okay, too. I wonder if it was just my tension. Wonder if my tension was just up too high. Let's see. That one seemed to go through okay too. I wonder if that fixed the problem. Let's see. I'll have to wait and see here. Goes with that one. Oh, that was something I wanted to do real quick before I forget about it. A subscriber reached out to me and told me that the music that they were hearing can be a little distracting, and I meant to turn it down and I forgot. So now I've turned down the background music a little bit, so hopefully it's not as distracting for you. I mean, if it still becomes an issue, if it's still really distracting, I can turn it off, but the whole point is not for it to be distracting. It's just supposed to add a little bit to it, so... Hey Naomi, good morning. Naomi says, I'm sitting in bed with the dog cuddled up next to me, paying bills and getting ready to file taxes. Ugh. Yeah, I understand that, Naomi. I did taxes a couple weeks ago, so I understand that. Jean says, getting ready, quilt my scrappy pinwheel quilt and do my week in review and then stare at all the other projects in front of me. I understand that, Jean. Jean, it sounds like you've got your own YouTube channel. If so, let us know and I can ask Lucas to set up a link for it for you. We like to try and help all of our other content creators out there as well as if we can. So if you are a content creator, let me know and we can get a link set up for your channel. Speaking of content creators, if you're interested in double checking to make sure that you're subscribed to our channel, because apparently YouTube likes to drop people off sometimes. And as a content creator for other channels, if you do !info, that's INFO in chat, it'll give you a list of names of all of our current content creator friends and the commands to get their links. We are always adding new friends. Well, friends, it seems like adjusting my tension seems to have fixed the problem. Because now I am not having any issues. So my feed dogs must have just been up a little bit too high and it was grabbing that seam as it was coming up. And so that does not seem to be an issue anymore. So that's good. That is good. I have quite a few to fix, but that's alright. Looks like a couple of people are working on some pinwheel quilts. That sounds like fun. If you joined us last Sunday, we had started a brand new project on the channel. It was a brand new full-size project called Resilient. We'll pick that one back up again in a few weeks. I like to kind of rotate my projects around. I don't like to work on the same thing 2 weeks in a row because I get bored really easily. And I just, to keep myself motivated, keep myself focused on what I'm doing, I like to try and keep things... see, I almost grabbed that. Those are different. I like to keep things interesting and kind of rotate things around a little bit. For some people, it's just not their cup of tea. They prefer to start and finish one project at a time, and I completely understand that. That is why I have set up playlists for each of the projects that we have on the channel, so you can watch them all from start to finish if you prefer to do things that way. Mom mentioned yesterday that she was at my daughter's apartment and she saw the Yellow Brick Road quilt in her living room. She has the Yellow Brick Road quilt that we made on the channel. That one was made with yellow daisies. It was really, really cool. And the fabric that we bought for the border, it was really cool. It was these really big daisies. And it was just like a line of them. And so we cut it so that we had that line and we put that all the way around as a border. It looked really, really cool. I love the way that one turned out. Super easy to make. Really, really easy pattern. Called Yellow Brick Road. You can check that one out. Right, let me bring this one down. I think I might have did something weird here. That's this one here. There we go. Can't believe it's 11:15 already. What is that? Yeah, 11. I don't have my glasses on. If I put my glasses on, then I wouldn't need to like move so close to the screen. But my glasses don't do real well. They actually give me a headache when I use them this close on the machine. So I try not to wear them when I'm working on the machine, but I need them to look at the computer screen. It's like somebody actually sent me a link for a magnifying glass that they use to help them read the screen, and I keep forgetting to pick it up just to see if it works a little bit better. Nope. There we go. There's the first one. We were doing well there for a little while. And then it kind of got jammed up again. See if I can get it to go through. Gentle tug. I keep meaning to pick it up to see if that'll work so that I don't have to wear my glasses. Jean wants to know, does the sticker on my wall say help? No, Jean, it does not say help. And it's not a sticker. It's this you're referring to. And this is a hand basket. It was given to me by a subscriber. Here, let me turn my camera on so you can see it. It is a hand basket. It's a hand basket mug rug. Okay, and then inside of it is Because one of the sayings that we say on this channel a lot is that it's hell in a handbasket. So a subscriber sent me hell in a handbasket. So that's funny. That was a great question, though. Thank you. And I move it around the studio a lot. It's not always hanging there. Sometimes it's behind me. It gets moved around a lot. But it's one of my favorites. And the instructions that the subscriber who sent it to me, too, told me that I'm supposed to keep the hell as far away from the basket as possible. But, but basically, anytime I touch anything, that's kind of where it lands. So I just kind of left it there. It's a lot of fun. That is hilarious. Yes, it is hilarious. Absolutely. Terry says, hi, have to go. Life calls. No, Terry, we completely understand. We appreciate you hanging out with us for as long as you could. You can always catch the replay later. And we will see you again next weekend. Have a fantastic week. Kelly says that's a common saying in my family. Yeah, it is a common. I didn't realize just how common of a saying it was, and then I heard another content creator actually say it. I don't remember which creator it was or when I heard it. It was recently, and I'm just like, hey! I thought I was the only one that said that. So yeah, it was pretty cool. A lot of people, I just thought it was something, that my family had made up somehow. I didn't realize it was an actual thing. We've done a bunch of research on it here in this channel, and we know the history behind it and all kinds of other stuff. But yeah, that's... it's a saying on this channel. In fact, I believe I said it earlier in my intro. It is a common thing. Dan's laughing. It seems like everything I touch these days just turns into that. So it's really fitting for the channel. And the subscriber, they know who they are. They prefer to stay anonymous, but they know who they are, and I know who they are. That was a lot of fun. It is one of my most prized possessions here in the quilt room, for sure. As well as, I don't know if you guys can see the cat. Oh, wow. I don't know what's happening with the camera today. But the cat block behind me. Right there. There's the cat block behind me. That is also one of my prized possessions here in the quilt room. That is a representative of an actual cat that we had in our home that passed away. Angel, she was actually a member of our community here for a little while. This was my daughter's bedroom, and that cat was my daughter's, and so Angel would be in here quite a bit when the channel first started. And after she passed, we created that block in her honor, and we keep it hanging there for her. So she's still a part of our community and still part of the quilt room. Jean says, I have pink squirrels that invade my stitching cottage. That is fantastic. I'm going to have to go over to your channel and check that out. That sounds like a lot of fun. Kelly says, most of the time I use my laptop for YouTube, but sometimes I take the iPad into the sewing room and put replays on when I'm working on my space. That's for sure. Hi, Maureen. Good morning. So great to see you. I don't think I've seen your name in chat before, so welcome to the channel. I hope you're well. Thanks for joining us today. We always love making new friends. Well, so the sewing machine, so just an update. It seems like the tension has helped, but I'm still having issues every once in a while. So better, but not 100%. But much better than it was. It was like every other one. It was like, oh my god, I was really getting frustrated a little bit there. Uh-oh. I have 2 blocks here that have different pieces on them, which means that I probably sewed those pieces up together at some point in time. So I'll have to find where those are at. I tried to be as careful as I could and match up all the fabrics together, but I must have done something wrong. Hi, Sandra. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I do. You guys are talking about watching content creators while you're in your sewing room. Yeah, I do that as well, or at least I try to. To be perfectly honest, I have not had the opportunity to really be in my sewing room and not be on a live stream. I've had a lot going on in my personal life, a lot of errands and things that I've had to run, and you guys remember my plumbing issues and things like that. So I've just had a lot going on that I've had to try and fix and take care of. So I have 4 different blocks here, and they're all like different. Interesting. They're all different fabrics. Every single one of them is a different fabric. So I don't know if I was like, if I just had uneven. How do I have uneven amounts? I don't know what's happening right now. Well, we're gonna look at the rest of these and see if we can figure out where these 4 are at. Let me pull all these apart for right now. But no, I try to do the same thing. I do try to watch content creators when I can. I unfortunately really have not been in my sewing studio here other than on live streams for the last couple of weeks because we've been running a lot of errands, taking care of a lot of things in the home. It's just been kind of crazy here at home. But I try to do that when I can, especially when I was recording videos before, because I just set up the camera to record and then I'd do what I had to do and I'd watch, watch other creators while the camera was rolling. Hi, June. Good morning. I don't remember seeing you pop in before, so good morning to you. Just separating my chain piecing here. I have 4 pieces that are different fabrics. So I think that I did something here. So I must have messed some of them up. So I'm going to lay those up here. Just kind of keep them out of the way and see if I can find them. The other thing I want to do is anytime I have, here, let me show you. You can see it here that it kind of pulled this top layer over. So I'm going to just pull those 2 stitches out and run those back through the machine just to kind of get them to lay flat for me because this isn't a lot of bulk, but as things get moving and get better, I want this to lay flatter. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. There we go. I'm just going to run that through the machine real quick. Just right through the center. I don't need to worry too much about. There we go. Hi, Lucas. Welcome back. He says, hopefully nothing broke while he was gone. No, just my sewing machine. It's fine. just the sewing machine. Something is acting weird. Oh, this is a cold iron. It would help if I had it on. You guys want to see what the pinwheels look like? Here, I'll show you what the pinwheels look like. That's what our pinwheels look like. So you don't need to see the iron there. There we go. That's what our pinwheel looks like. This one's not bad. Oh, here's one. The pieces are different, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one apart. I knew there had to be some because I've got different things here. So the thing is I needed the pieces to be the same. So like this one here, you guys can see that this one's these cute little stars, and then the leaf and the leaf. Well, this one here is incorrect. I've got the two scrolls there, but then you can see big stars and little stars, and so those need to be switched out. So this one needs to be pulled out. I tried to be careful, but you know, I get distracted and things happen. But I knew that I had done something wrong because I had 4 extra pieces and none of those 4 pieces matched up. So I knew I did something wrong. So yeah, gotta pull Jack out, of course. Come on. Jack has become a co-host of this show. We refer to him as many things, including Jack. He's also the divorce lawyer, which is one of my favorites. There's a couple of other ones that I've heard, but for the life of me, I can't remember at the moment. So, I have this one. And then I have this one. So I found 2 of them. Bye, Jane. Thanks so much for joining us today. I really appreciate getting to know you a little bit better. I hope you can catch another live stream with us. If Lucas hasn't already done it, Lucas, if you could check out Jean's channel and get set up a link for that for me, I'd really appreciate it. That way we can help support another content creator. Iron is on. Iron is hot. I'm having some serious troubles today, guys. I'm telling you. Okay, this one is good. We're going to be trimming all these blocks up to 3x3. But for right now, we just need to get them to lay flat. This one's not terrible. I'm going to go ahead and pull it out anyway, just to get it to lay a little bit flatter. A little bit flatter, a little bit more flat. There we go. June says, I may not be able to watch all your lives, but I do watch your replays. Well, June, that's so sweet of you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. I appreciate every single one of my viewers, whether it's live or on replays. I wish that my only wish is that the more people that watch the replays would make a comment on the videos. Not because I want the comments, but because I want to be able to interact with them. I feel like I don't get the opportunity to interact with a lot of my replay watchers as much as I would like to. Because I want to make new friends, and so that this way I can chat with you for a minute. I can say hi. I can acknowledge. I can thank you for watching. Those types of things. So if you are watching a replay, please consider leaving a comment just so that I know that you're watching. So just so that I can say hi to you. I can thank you in person for watching my videos and for hanging out with me, for spending time with me. I know there's so many creators out there, and the fact that you guys choose to spend a couple of hours with me, I'm really just honored, absolutely honored by that. And so I wanna be able to thank you for that. And also, as a reminder for those of you who are currently watching and for those who are watching on replay, please make sure you hit that like button. The more likes we get on our videos, the more the YouTube algorithm pulls our videos out for others. So then that way we can make even more friends. This is going to take me a while to fix all these. This is probably what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day. Some of these I can probably ignore. I like them to lay a little bit more flat. Especially on the seam right here. I don't like it bunching up like that. So I'm gonna just sew back over that real quick. There we go. That's better. So please consider doing that for me. I'd really appreciate it. I've said it before that, my focus on this channel is not so much the subscribers or the views or anything. That it's just more to make new friends, to reach out to people, to interact with other creators, other not just content creators, but just other quilt creators, other sewers, things like that. So. Well, June, I really appreciate that. Thank you. She says she always does try to leave a comment and hit the bell. I appreciate that very much. And I do my best to reply to every single comment I receive because I think that's important. I mean, obviously, I know when your channel gets up to a certain point in size, it's really difficult to do things like that. But our channel is not that big. There's no excuse for me. Not that I want one. I love the fact that I can interact with you guys. And also, speaking of interacting, there's our Facebook group and our Instagram pages as well. I love our Facebook group because it allows me to really interact with you guys, to see what you guys are working on, to talk with you and kind of connect through things like that. So feel free to join that as well if you're interested. You can do exclamation point FB in chat to get our Facebook link, or you can do exclamation point links in chat to get our Facebook and our Instagram. Oh, some of these I am just terribly off on. Look at this one. This one's just terrible. Oh, really? The camera's not going to kick on? Come on. You know, see, this is why I told you guys I need to get a new camera, because this one's like, it just tags out. Let's try it again. No, it locked up. Okay, well, I was trying. Trying to show you guys. It locked out. It's alright. I did a terrible job with matching up my seams, but I'm not going to worry about it. Yes, Brad, I have to agree with you. I just had a bunch of updates on my laptop as well, and I'm thinking that might be some of my issues that I've been having. It always seems like it takes a day or two to work out all of the kinks when you get all these updates, and I think I had 3 of them and I had to go through. So yeah, I understand. It really just sucks everything out of you. June says you're getting close to 600. Gonna have to work on getting you up and over. Well, I appreciate that, June. Thank you. Yeah, and you are correct. We are close to 600. My goal is 750 by the end of the year. I try and set really, like I said, my focus is not so much on subscribers, but I mean, obviously, you still want the channel to grow, to keep it viable. But at the same time, that's not my focus. So my goal is 750 for the year. I think that's a pretty obtainable goal. And I'd love to get to 1,000 by the end of the year, but we'll have to wait and see how things go. I kind of let the channel grow. As I say, I like to let it grow organically. So meaning I don't try to push people to I don't, I'm not constantly reminding people to subscribe, and I'm not trying to push people into doing things. I don't want them to feel stressed or pressured into doing things like that. I just kind of, I'll remind it, I'll mention it every once in a while. But for the most part, I try not to push it too hard. I just kind of let it happen on its own. Yeah, I'm gonna flip the screen back over. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, Kelly, that's so kind of you. I didn't know that. Kelly said she did a shout out video this morning, and uploaded it. She did a shout out video and she uploaded it this morning, and I am on her list. Well, Kelly, that is so kind of you. I missed that. I will make sure to check it out after the stream today. I truly appreciate that. That is so kind of you. You are definitely one of my favorites as well, Kelly, for sure. 100%. I appreciate the fact that you're here almost every Sunday, even if it's only for a little while. And I love your channel. You have so many fun things on your channel. Yours is probably one of my go-tos when I'm actually get time to sit in my quilting room and turn it on. So friends, if you are not already a member of Kelly's channel, please make sure you go check her out. You can do exclamation point Kelly in chat. She's amazing. I still have 2 more I'm trying to find. Danny, your channel will be on the next one. I'm doing 2 or 3 at a time. Oh, okay. So then that way the channels aren't too long. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. I will still go check them out though. I really appreciate that. Mona mentions our channel a lot in her community page, and I'm just so grateful to her every time she does it. Her and Martha both. They're just such wonderful people. And I probably should be better about doing that, throwing those types of shout outs out there to the world. Not just during a live stream, but, outside of a live stream. And I just need to get better at those things. It's funny. I will take more time out of my day to promote someone else's channel than I will to promote my own. It's just so silly how that happens sometimes. But I will go above and beyond to promote somebody else's channel, and I completely forget to promote my own. There we go. Maureen says, I will make sure that I leave a comment from now on. Oh, well, Maureen, that's really kind of you. I appreciate that. Oh, I found one. I really appreciate that. It just helps me. Like I said, I love being able to interact with you guys. I love being able to reach out to you and personally thank you for watching. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And I hope it makes you feel warm and fuzzy too. Because I hope that, you enjoy the fact that a content creator takes time to personally thank you for being a member of their community and taking time out of your day to watch. I truly appreciate that. These two. So I take the middle apart, sew it back up together so it looks all nice and flat, and then I realize that the fabrics are wrong. So now I'm going to take the whole thing apart. Ah. Good luck at the grocery store. No problem, Dawn. We appreciate you being here. I truly appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for joining us today. You have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully I'll see you again next weekend. And like Kelly said, good luck at the grocery store. It's become a painful process going to the grocery store. Kelly said it was a nice quote. A rising tide lifts all ships. Yeah, I like that. That is nice. Somebody said yesterday, one of their subscribers left a tip for me, a monetary donation to the channel, which was truly, appreciated. They're never required, but they're always appreciated. And she also said that her rabbi tells their congregation, I guess you'd call it, all the time that, if you want something positive to happen in your life, or if you want good news in your life, then you have to be willing to give the good first. So that's why she said she gave to me, so that hopefully it'll come back around to her and she'll get some positive news in her own life. So I really hope that happens for her. I truly do. And I also appreciate the gift as well. But I thought that was a really nice thing a really great way to look at life, is that, in order for you to receive positivity, you have to be willing to give it. And I have to agree with that. I think that's a great philosophy to live by. Judy says, I thought I was the only one to do that, Danny. Do what? Take apart part of it and have to take the whole thing apart? What was I doing? Pay it forward. Yeah, absolutely, Kelly. Yeah, pay it forward. Yeah. I try to do that as often as I can. I mean, I'm not, perfect person in the world, but I try to be a good person if I can. Although, let's face it, we all have our moments where we're not good people. Yeah, I will be the first person to admit that I'm not always the good person. I try to be, but it doesn't always happen that way. Judy, are you talking about when I took a couple stitches out, then sewed it up, then block times? And even these pieces, I had to pull these apart once. If you guys remember the last time we were together, you probably don't, but the last time we were putting this together, I wasn't paying enough attention, and I started sewing the triangles wrong. And so the pieces weren't all oriented the way they were supposed to be, so they weren't going to make up the hourglass the way I needed it. So I ended up having to pull them apart and sew them back together. It is what it is. You just keep moving forward. It's fine. Kelly says she needs to move on, so she says, bye, gang. No problem, Kelly. We appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're just ironing these up here, and then we're probably going to be putting the machine down and trimming these blocks up. These blocks all need to be 3x3. We'll be trimming them up here in just a few minutes. Teresa wants to know, are you coming to QuiltCon? Teresa, if you're asking me, then the answer is no. I am not, unfortunately. The scheduling just didn't work out for me this year, but I'm hoping to get to next year's. I'm hoping to be able to make a road trip out of it. So I'm hoping to get to next year's. I know a lot of people are doing meet and greets at QuiltCon, and that would have been really cool and fun to do. But I just don't think it's going to happen. Although, speaking of meet and greets, I am going to be doing a couple of short road trips coming up in the next few months. And I was thinking of trying to see if I was just going to kind of let you guys know if there's a local store on my way there that I'm going to be passing by or stopping at. I would let you guys know about what time I'm there in case you're in that area and want to stop by and say hi real quick. I'm heading down to Nashville in June. So I haven't really dug too deep into our trip just yet, but I know there's at least one or two stores in Nashville that I'd like to hit up, and I think there's a couple. I know Paducah is on its way down there too. Hoping to maybe swing through there, either on the way up or the way back. I'm not sure yet. The trick is with that particular trip is that we have 9 people going on that trip with us, and so they're all going to kind of be traveling at the same time. So I'm thinking, having us stop at a quilt store may not be their cup of tea. Teresa says you won't see me. I'm in North Carolina. Well, that's okay, Teresa. I understand. Who knows? Maybe I'll make my way out to North Carolina someday. Yes, Judy, I have to take them apart after I find I've put them together wrong. Yes, I often do that. Sometimes I'm okay leaving it. If it's just off by a little bit, I'm okay with that. But sometimes it's necessary to pull it apart. But you know what? They wouldn't have invented a seam ripper if they didn't intend for us to have to use it. So in this case, my machine kind of was eating up these middle seams a little bit, so I'm just pulling out 2 or 3 stitches and resewing it back up, just to make sure that it lays flat. Actually, move these up here for a minute. Judy, yes, good call. Yeah, just remember that Hancock's is closed on Sundays and Mondays. We would be traveling down on Friday morning, and then we're leaving on Monday, so it probably won't pan out. But that's okay. It might be another time. I would love to make my way over there. The last time we actually stayed, we went on a road trip to Kentucky, and we were like literally down the street from Paducah. We were staying in I don't remember the name of the town now, but we were just literally down the street from Paducah. But it was during COVID, and so of course the store was closed. You could only order online, and so the store was closed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm right here, and I couldn't get in. So I was bummed about that, but at the same time I understood it. But I was really bummed that I didn't get a chance to make my way there. Ironing up pieces today, kind of boring. Are making hourglasses today. I wish my camera would work. See if I can get it to turn on again. Let's see. There you go. You can see what they look like right now. That's what they look like right now. Hi, Mom. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, my mom, Joyce, has joined the chat. Good morning. Are you all recovered from your water hangover? Hi, Gladys. Good morning. I didn't even see you pop in there. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're well. Thanks for joining us this morning. We are working on our Home Sweet Home project. We made a bunch of hourglasses this morning. I'm just ironing them all up flat so we can trim them down. Mom says yes, no hangover. That's good. That's good. At some point, my mom's going to be finishing up some clues from a mini puzzle mystery quilt we had. It was a winter table runner. I've given her the rest of the clues for that, and she's gonna finish that up, and then we're gonna show her how to sandwich the pieces together and actually make a table runner. So that'll be a lot of fun. My machine ate up some of my pieces this morning. It ate up some of my, I don't know if it's the camera working. No, it keeps crapping out on me. I don't know what's going on. It ate up some of my seams this morning, so I've been pulling those back out and laying them flat and sewing them back down. It's only 1 or 2 stitches that I end up pulling out, but I just don't want there to be a gap there. I don't want it to come apart. Gladys says she's doing good. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Gladys. We've sewn up a bunch of half square triangles this morning into hourglasses, and now I'm pressing those all down. And as soon as I'm done pressing them, I'm going to put the machine down. We're going to trim them all up. These blocks need to be 3x3s. And unfortunately, my Zoom camera seems to keep locking up on me. Otherwise, I was going to show you guys how to measure the 3x3 using your rulers. I'm sure most of you already know, but just in case, it might be helpful to somebody. I do believe that this Zoom camera is going to have to be switched out for a different camera. It was a very inexpensive camera. I asked for it as a Christmas gift with the intention, knowing that it probably wasn't going to last me very long, but I kind of wanted to use it to play around with. I was kind of hoping it lasted me a little bit longer than it has. But it's still, yeah, it's still locked out. Maureen, thank you very much for those compliments. I really appreciate that. Those are very kind of you. You know, we're just a bunch of silly folk, me and my family. We're kind of loopy sometimes. And that's usually without the alcohol. The alcohol just makes it better. As was evident by the start of the show yesterday, where Mom and Cheryl came out as came out in character as Sherlock, Cheryl, and Mrs. Watson to put their clues together. It was really funny. And that was all before the alcohol even started. And yesterday we found out that a couple of our subscribers, that YouTube had unsubscribed them from the channel. It was so weird. So if you guys are watching now, especially those that just like to watch and don't necessarily participate in chat, if you would do me a quick favor and just go back to the channel and just make sure that you are subscribed. Sometimes there's a button down at the bottom of the screen that tells you that you can subscribe. Just make sure that that says that you are already subscribed. And if not, go ahead and hit that button for me. It's just so weird that YouTube does that, but I've noticed that it's happened a few times now. I've had a couple of subscribers reach out to me and say, I thought I was subscribed and YouTube must have unsubscribed me and things like that. So just give that a quick double check and make sure. And while you're there, make sure you hit that like button. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, as they say. Here's my threads knotted right here. Just trying to pull that out. Come on. There we go. I'm going to run that one back through the machine real quick. It's just a couple threads, but I don't want it to come apart, so it doesn't hurt anything to run it back through. Lucas says he's getting gas. Oh, apparently Lucas is the one with the gas today. Lucas says he's getting gas, and then he's going to be on the road, so he won't be chatting, but he'll be listening. Well, Lucas, we appreciate that. Thank you for that. We've got about another half an hour left of the stream. Lucas, for like I mentioned before, Lucas was spending the weekend with his sweetheart, my daughter, down in southern Illinois, so he's on his way back home today. It's about a 3.5-hour drive, if I remember correctly. So not too terrible, but just long enough that you don't want to do it all the time. And it's funny because now that both of the girls have their own vehicles and they've been traveling to school by themselves, I really haven't spent any time by either one of them. I think it's been at least a year, if not more, since I've been to either one of their schools. So I should probably take some time out when the weather gets a little bit nicer and head down there. Brenda says, my new dog needs constant attention. He chewed the hubby's TV remote. Brenda, my mom knows a little something about that. What kind of a dog is it? Please don't tell me it's a beagle, because then I can tell you that my mom knows exactly how you feel, because her beagle has managed to chew up every remote she's ever owned. And he's like 10 or 12. Okay, maybe he's not quite 10 years old. Mom, how old is Snoopy? Their beagle's name is Snoopy. Brenda says, I'm ready to I posted my tropic, ready to sew 2 more rows to catch up. Brenda, that is awesome. And good morning, by the way. I don't think I wished you good morning. So good morning, and thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. He is 7. Thank you, Mom. Oh, Snoopy is 7 years old and still a puppy. In fact, he just got out of the house a couple weeks ago. He likes to go for a roam, you know. He's like Toucan Sam. He follows his nose. Although in his case, I don't think he's looking for Fruit Loops. I think he's just looking for anything he can find. Black and tan. Yeah, Brenda. Oh, Cocker Spaniel. 1.5-year-old Cocker Spaniel. Black and tan. Oh, they're so cute. They're a lot of fun. But yes, 1.5 years, yeah. I imagine that's a little bit of struggles, for sure. We are definitely a 4-legged creature household, or 4-legged creature family. Everyone in our family has at least 2 dogs. Some more than others. My mom has the most. She has 4. God bless her. She has 4. She has 2 golden retrievers, a beagle, and a shih tzu. I have 3. I have a soft-coated Wheaten Terrier, a Cavachon, and a Shih Tzu. The Shih Tzu is the smallest. She weighs a whole whopping 8.5 pounds, and she runs the household. You know, we joke all the time that she's the 200-pound dog stuck in the 8-pound body. And then my sister has 2, forgive me, I don't know the breeds of her dogs, but they're larger dogs. Well, she has 1 larger dog and 1 medium-sized dog. Unfortunately, she'll have to forgive me. I do not remember the breeds. Maybe Mom remembers. And then my aunt, who watches the channel but doesn't participate in chat, but she does watch the channel all the time. She actually has Shelties. She she does agility training with her Shelties. And she has a couple of champion Shelties. She's had some champion ones over the years. which is really cool. I think she has 2 right now. She usually has 2 or 3 at a time. Yeah, we are definitely a 4-legged creature family. And then, of course, my sister also has a couple of cats. 2. She has 2 cats, and I have 1. We did have 2, but now we only have 1. They definitely bring another level of crazy to our lives. Because, you know, our lives were not crazy enough. We needed to add more. Brenda says, wow, 3 dogs. I haven't slept since Tuesday. Up 2 to 3 times a night going outside. Yeah, Brenda, I can understand that. I mean, the good news is, I mean, I don't know if you ever had dogs before, but eventually they do calm down, and eventually you don't have to go out that many times. But yeah, when they're younger, and especially if they're in a new home, it takes them quite a while to kind of get back into the swing of things here. All right, so all of our pieces are ironed up, so I'm going to go ahead and put my machine down now so we can start to trim these up. We need to trim these all up to 3x3. So let me put all this stuff away here. We'll get our machine put down. For those of you who have never seen me do it, now's your chance. Now's your opportunity. I'll move that over there. I'm going to actually turn that off since it's not working again anyway. All right. Machine down first. Thanks, Mom, for that. A Rhodish, so she says, my sister's dogs, she has a Rhodesian Ridgeback. I'm not sure what that is. And then the other one is a mixed breed. Both of them were rescues. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Here is my... just getting my stuff ready because we're going to be trimming up some blocks here. We need to do these 3x3. Threads all over me. I wish I could use the Zoom camera to show you guys what I'm doing a little bit better, but unfortunately, the Zoom camera just does not seem to want to work today. So we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Got a crate today. Shelter said he was great not to mess his crate, so hopefully. All of our dogs were crate trained. They are not so much anymore, although whenever we need to pull the crate out for various reasons, they go right in it when we give them the command, so they never forgot it. But they were all crate trained as puppies, and it did make things much easier. Crates are really great for dogs to kind of keep them, you know, it helps, it gives them like a shelter, basically. It gives them a space that's their own. That really helps. The other thing that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And this is just, you know, throwing it out there for you. Especially at nighttime, covering the crate with a blanket or a towel, it kind of gives them this cave-like feel. Plus, it doesn't give them any distractions from around the house as well. So it's kind of like a bird. You know, you cover the cage so they think it's night. You can cover the cage. Usually what we did was we would cover everything except for the door. So then that way they felt like they were more in a cave, and it makes them feel a little more comfortable, a little more secure. And sometimes that helps. All right, so we need to trim these up to 3x3. And I've got... Trying to think about the best way to do this here, guys. It's been a minute since I've had to trim up blocks, so give me a second here to kind of work through this one in my brain. My brain hurts with this one, so give me a second. We need to use the 45-degree angle. There is a 45-degree angle on your most of your rulers, and you want to use that to line up with this line here, with your seam line. So then that way you know that it's straight. And that's what you want to use as your guide. You don't want to use your sides as your guide, at least not at first. You want to use that 45-degree line as your guide to kind of keep everything straight. So once you've cut one of your sides straight, then you can use it as a guide. But until then, at first you need to use that 45-degree line. So now I've got a straight side there. So I can get it lined up on my 3-inch mark. Actually, just spin this one more time so that my straight line is that way. Line that up on my 3-inch line. Cut my other side. And now I can do these sides. This would be a great way to use a spinning mat if you have one. I have not invested in one yet, but I keep thinking about it every time I see one. But this would be a great opportunity to do that. There, we got one done. We're going to be here a while. So let's try this again. So we use our 45-degree line that's on our ruler. To keep it straight. And we straighten up one of the edges. So I'm just going to pull that up just a touch. And I'm going to use that line as my 3-inch guide for the other side. Again, line up that 45-degree line there. There we go. And then spin it. Do it again. Okay. Make sure we're doing a 3 by 3 inch square. Kind of boring, I know. That first line is always the hardest to cut, because that's your baseline. But once you get that line cut, it does make things a little bit easier. Go. go. All right, another 3x3 square. Super exciting. Unfortunately, this is kind of what happens sometimes. Here's my 45. Three by three. My daughter bought me a brand new ruler over the Christmas break for Christmas, but it's a 2.5 by 2.5, and I need 3, so I can't use it. Figures. Figures. Yeah, it's a 2.5. It's not a 3, and these are too big to use as a square, so I'm just gonna use these. You put the center of your hourglass on the 1.5 by 1.5. That helps too. It's probably a better idea to match everything up that way. 1.5 by 1.5, right on the center. Yeah, that's probably better. I'm trying to use the oops, that one's a little bit, but that's okay. There we go. Judy, that's an excellent question, and the answer is no. I do not. I leave them alone until I'm done with clue when I get to clue 10, and then if I need to do a little bit of trimming when I get to clue 10 to make sure that everything lines up together, that's when I do my trimming. I don't trim anything until I get to clue 10. Bye, June. Thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate you being here today. Sorry it wasn't super exciting, but you know, sometimes that happens with the projects. 1.5 by 1.5. Line that up in the center. So first, let's do this just to get a straight line. Little kitty wampus here. There we go. 1.5 by 1.5. That's not 1.5. This is 1.5. But no, Judy, I do not trim my blocks. I just leave them, and then I wait until I get to my clue 10, and then I trim them if I need to. In theory, though, Judy, to be perfectly honest, if you have sewn up your 1/4-inch seam, there really should not be any trimming that's needed. I have heard some people say that they've had to trim their blocks up quite a bit before in the past, but I have never had that happen to me. I have had to trim up, I've had to touch up some pieces, like on the seams, because the seams kind of, you know, lay a little weird sometimes, but I've never had to trim up the blocks too much. This is so weird. It's like completely off here. So I recommend you just kind of hang out and be patient and wait until you get to your clue 10, and then if you need to trim something up, you can. But in most cases, you just adjust your seam allowance. Oops, wrong side. But that's a really great question. A lot of people ask that question, and I've always been of the mindset, no. No. Don't do it. I hate trimming blocks. It is my least favorite part about the quilt process, but sometimes it's a necessary evil. It is what it is. Judy says, sounds good. I can do that. Yeah. I don't know if I should have done that. I should have pressed these open. Probably would have been a better idea. And I probably would have laid it flatter. That's alright though. I'll do them like this and then I'll deal with it later. Squaring up blocks is always my least favorite part about projects. 1.5 and 1.5. Spin it all the way around. The 1.5, the 1.5 in the center. Spin it on this side. 1.5 to 1.5 in the center. Line the tops and bottoms up. There we go. Top, bottom, and side. There we go. All right. Go. Do. 1.5 by 1.5. Go. Go this way. As much as it pains me to trim up blocks, it really is a necessary evil because by making sure that you're trimming up the blocks to the exact size that you need, especially with these little half square triangles, because they all kind of get a little distorted when you're sewing them up together and you're ironing them flat. They all kind of shift a little bit, and so taking the time to trim them up again to make sure that they all lay the exact same way that they're supposed to will save you a lot of frustration later on when you're trying to put the rest of the block together, because now all of your sides are straight. They're exactly the right size that they need to be, and all of the rest of your pieces are going to lay nice and flat the way they're supposed to. But it is a real pain. especially when you have this many to do. So basically what I'm doing is I need a 3" by 3" square. So I'm taking the 1.5" dot that's, 1.5 down, 1.5 over, and I'm matching that up to the center of my block. And I am trying to make sure that I am about even on all my sides all the way around. And then I just start trimming each of the sides one at a time. I do opposite sides, so I'll do like the left side, then I'll do the right side, then I'll do the top, then I'll do the bottom. So then that way I stay nice and even with what I'm doing. 1.5. There we go. Spin it around. Go. And just take your time, go slow. That seam in the center can really throw you off a little bit, so just be careful with that. Excuse me. All right, well, friends, as you can tell, I have quite a few blocks here to trim up. So I'm going to take some time and do that off camera so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me just trim blocks forever. Because obviously, as you can see, I have quite a few of them. So I know what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. I'm going to be trimming up some blocks. Once I get these blocks all trimmed up, I'll put these project back away and we will come back to it later on. When we come back to this one, we will actually be putting together a star shape that looks similar to this right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's basically the inside of the houses. For those of you who remember, this is what our pattern actually looks like. You can see where those stars are located, and that's what we're going to be doing next. So I'm really excited to get started on that. But, just like every other project, things take time. You got to do things in steps, a little bit at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Brenda says, bless you. Thank you very much, Brenda, for that. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, finish up the trimming, and then the next time we come back to this project, we're going to be able to start putting some more of the pieces together. Next Sunday, we're going to be doing whips and UFOs. I've got the mystery project back here that I've been working on for quite a while. So I might pull that out, or I might do some FMQ with our t-shirt quilt. I haven't really decided what I feel like doing just yet. As I mentioned yesterday, I think I mentioned it yesterday. Hi, Marie. My gosh, it has been so long since I've seen you. I hope you are here. She says, I was lurking for a bit while cleaning up. No problem, Marie. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for popping in and saying hi to us. It's been forever since I've seen you. I think I mentioned it before, but keep an eye out on the channel because I do plan on doing some impromptu live streams. So basically, when I'm in here in my sewing room and I have an hour or two to kill while I'm doing stuff, I might just turn the camera on and spend some time with you guys. If you're available, great. If you're not, that's okay too. These are going to be very impromptu, no scheduling, really no advanced warning. I'm just going to turn the camera on. So it'll be a lot of fun. In those cases, we'll just kind of hang out together, nothing too elaborate or too scheduled. So keep an eye out for those. Don't forget we have... Sorry, my brain just went completely blank. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Next week's live stream is Whips and UFOs. I have the schedule out for all of March. I have those all planned out, so they're set up as premiere or previews on the channel right now, so you can take a look at that. I also have on our Facebook group, I've created events for each of the live streams, and I did post a copy of the event schedule on Facebook, but I have not done it on YouTube yet. I have not done it to the community on YouTube yet, but I will soon. Probably next week. I'll post that schedule then, so you guys can figure out which live streams you want to do and which ones you want to watch when. And as always, the replays are always available. If you haven't already checked out the replay from yesterday, please take some time out of your day to check that out. It was a lot of fun. We laughed so hard. Mom and Cheryl were just silly as all get out, and it was a lot of fun. And we put together clue 1 of our PMQ. There's still time to sign up for a PMQ if you're interested. You can go to cottoncuts.com and still sign up. They only shipped clue 1 so far, so you can still go back there and sign up for things like that. If you have not received your box yet, don't panic. They've had a lot of delays with this first shipment. They've just seen a lot of delays happen with it, so just be patient. Give it a little bit more time for it to show. I know Mom's didn't show up until Thursday. So we were getting a little antsy there for a little bit. So, yes, Marie, thanks. She says, good luck trimming. Yeah, I'm gonna need the luck. Yeah, geez, it's gonna take me a while to get these all trimmed up for sure. All right, friends, thanks again so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here with me. Thanks for all your patience working through all this just stuff that I've had going on lately. And hopefully you guys had a good time. And I will see you all again next week. Thanks again so much, guys. You have a great one. And I need to turn the mouse on so that I can click the button. There we go. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye for now.
The air conditioning system in the house was turned on. Apparently to slow the decomposition of fire. The entire house, top to bottom, car, the office downtown, all of it, white clean. No. But I'll tell you one thing. He made one hell of a big mistake when he decided to clean house on my